Good, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Ashley, I'm a physiotherapist and personal trainer, and today I've got a 15-minute upper body stretch routine for you. So we're going to work on reducing tension in your upper back, shoulders, chest, wrists, all that good stuff. So we'll get started, and we're here for 15 minutes. We're going to have hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips for the first exercise. We're going to try and do a bit of a lift with the core, have a nice flat back, and we're going to reach opposite arm and leg out long and really reach in. Imagine there's, some nice biscuits just at the end of your fingertips and at the end of your toes, and you try to reach for them, and then we'll bring it back in. So we'll go on the other side, really lengthening through your back and tapping back down. So you can also imagine turning off a light switch with your fingers and your toes at the same time. Just creating some length in our body as we begin. Breathing out as you lengthen. Breathing in the middle. Great work, everyone. Just a couple more here. Lovely, this time we're going to stay here. We've done this one before, it's a real favourite of mine. Palm facing up, relaxing down onto your shoulder, and then twisting, reaching, looking up at your fingertips. Getting some twisting through that mid, upper and lower back, really. We're staying on one side here, and we'll swap in a moment. So this is a really good one for anyone who feels that they're, maybe sitting at a desk with that rounded shoulder position. We're going to work all that out. And we'll swap onto the other side. I know I definitely struggle with feeling that I have tension in my upper body. One more here. Perfect. We're going to come lying down on your front completely. We're going to take the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing up, just stretching out. And we'll relax back down. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, pushing up. One more. Lovely. This time we're going to take one hand out to the side, and it's going to be a 90-degree position in your elbow. Palm facing down, and we're going to push into the ground there. We're going to take the opposite leg up, and we're going to roll back towards that arm behind you. So for this one, you're getting a really good stretch across the front of your shoulder and into your pec. Okay, so 90-degree angle there, palm pressing into the mat, and we'll roll back towards it. Taking some nice deep breaths. And we'll roll back to the centre. That feels great, doesn't it? In kind of a nice pain feeling. So 90 degrees again over on this side, palm facing down towards the mat, and we're going to roll back towards it. Take some nice deep breaths, try and sink into that stretch. Lovely, we'll roll back to the centre. We're going to pop ourselves up here, coming onto our knees. We're just going to do some rotations for your shoulders. So we're going to start, if you'd rather stand up or sit in a chair or however you prefer to do this, thumbs facing up as we take the arms up. You'll get to a point where they need to turn and then come back down. So then we'll reverse that, little fingers leading on the way up until you have to turn and coming back down. If you'd rather do them one at a time, you feel like you can get a little bit more movement that way, you can do that too. It does feel pretty good one at a time, whatever you think. So on the way up at the front, thumbs lead, and on the way up behind, little fingers lead and then turn. There's lots of crunches and creaks coming out of mine today. Well done, everyone. So I'm doing these 15-minute videos, that way you can always tack them on to the end of a workout that you've done, or you can build them together. So for example, do 15-minute upper body stretch and then follow it with the 15-minute lower body stretch for a full body one. Hopefully that's helpful. Any suggestions, feedback, comments, I'm happy to see them if you leave a note on this video. Couple more repetitions here. Perfect. We're going to come back onto our hands and knees again for a little bit of a wrist stretch, and I'll show you some different ways to do it. So if you'd like, we'll start with our wrists like this. So fingertips pointing towards your knees, so your hands are backwards. And depending on how intense that feels, that might feel like a good stretch for you just there. If you need to deepen it, you can lean back and we'll just hold it in that position. If all of that feels too intense for you today, you can take one hand out, palm facing up, and just gently pull your fingertips back with the other hand and do them one at a time. Or you can go into this prayer position and turn it upside down and you'll feel a stretch there as well. So you pick whichever option feels the best for you today, and we're just going to hold that. If you take your hands nearer to your knees as well, it takes a little bit of pressure off. So depending how deep you want that stretch to be, you've got a little bit of movement there. So you should feel this into your wrists and forearms. I certainly do. Well done, we'll just hold it a little bit longer. To the normal position. We're going to go up into a downward dog, but it's going to be very much focused on your shoulders today instead of the stretching that we do down the back of your legs. So we're going to keep the knees bent so that we can really sink into your shoulders. So we're trying to push down into your shoulders, push the mat away with the hands. Last 3 seconds holding here. And we'll drop the knees down. Lovely, well done. So we're going to turn onto our back this time. And again, I've got a couple of different levels depending on how you're feeling today. So level 1, the least difficult one, is that we're going to have your hands like this, so fingers facing towards your heels. And we're going to lift the chest, and then we're going to lift your bottom and take it closer towards your feet, pushing up through your chest, so heart up to the ceiling, pushing through your shoulders, and we're looking at you getting a nice stretch across your shoulders here. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, we'll push up into a tabletop position, so pushing your bum right up so that you're flat in the middle. Someone could have their tea on you, look like a table, and then we'll hold that for a few seconds and tap down. And then the last one that we can do is a full push up with your legs straight. So we've still got your fingers pointing towards your heels, but we're going to push up here, lifting, pushing through the chest, heart up to the ceiling, holding for a few seconds, and then we'll tap down. Okay, so when you're ready, pick one of those options. So you've got lifting the chest but keeping your bottom on the floor, close to your heels. You've got pushed up in your tabletop or pushed up with long legs. All right, and we're going to hold for about 3 to 5 seconds, so moving in your own time. Unless you do the one with your bottom on the floor, you can just hold that the whole time. Okay, so we'll get ready to go. Deep breath in to prepare, and then we'll push up, pushing that chest high, pushing out through your shoulders. About 3 to 5 seconds, or however feels good for you, and then we'll rest it down. Take a little moment. Can feel quite an intense one, this one. Just moving in your own time. Stretching across the front of the shoulders. Oh, I'm wrinkling my mat up, gripping on with all my might. Okay, keep moving. Well done. And if you're doing the one where you look like a table, really pushing those hips up, try not to sag in the middle. Push the hips up, really stretch the shoulders. You're doing so well. Just a few more rounds of these. How about we do 2 more? Lovely, well done everyone. We're going to come to do some seated neck stretching. So however you want to sit, if you want to be in a chair, kneeling, cross-legged, you can even do them standing, whatever feels better for you. We're just going to start by dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, trying to relax. And we're going to take your chin to your chest. Really pressing down, feeling that stretch down your back. And then we'll reverse that by taking your eyes up to the ceiling. And we'll just do this a couple more times. Lovely, we're going to reach out at about 45-degree angles. So if this is a 90-degree angle, somewhere halfway. And again, really actively reaching for that imaginary biscuit or crisp or whatever tickles your fancy. So keep that reach on, and then we're going to tilt the head away from the fingertips, getting a nice stretch down the side of your neck. Try not to drop the chin or lift the chin, we're looking straight ahead. Taking nice deep breaths, allowing yourself to sink into the stretch. We'll push the head into the hand to come back to the centre, and we'll go the other way. So finding that 45-degree reach, really keeping that reach on and tilting away from the fingertips. Dropping your ear to shoulder, keeping your eyes forward, looking straight ahead. Perfect, and then I'm just going to finish us off with one last stretch, and you'll need a chair or a surface to lean on. So it works really well with your kitchen counters. I'm going to use this chair. If I were you, I wouldn't use a chair that has wheels on, but this is what I've got available today. So we're going to have hands flat on the surface, whether it's a desk, your kitchen counters, the back of a sturdy armchair, something that's not going to roll away or flip over. And we're just going to step the feet back, pushing down into that chair as though you're trying to push it down into the ground. You can bend the knees, really sinking into your shoulders, your upper back. One of my favourites. Anyone who's got a bit of upper back tension or This helps your lower back as well. It's a really great one to just drop into in the day. Think about it while you know, put the kettle on. Oh, I'll just have a little stretch. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the herd today for this 15-minute stretch. I hope you're feeling loosey-goosey in the upper body, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again.